The other day I was talking to my girlfriend again, and once again she's complaining and moaning, and she's saying, "Oh, you don't care enough about me, you don't love me anymore, why don't you spend enough time with me?" And I said, "Why don't you shut up? I'm gonna go play with my model trains." Then recently I was at work, slaving away again under the boss man's rule, and then he walks right into my office, and he says, "Hey, we got these expense reports. They were supposed to go out by 5 p.m. yesterday, and we're going to need a bunch of people to help out. What are we going to do?" And I said, "Good luck, ha ha ha." Then recently I was driving down the highway, and a cop pulls me over. He walks up to my window, and boy, howdy, was he a looker. He says, "Son, you know how fast you're going?" And all I could think about was how fast I wanted to get out of that car to kiss his cherry red lips. But to answer his question, I said, probably pretty damn fast, considering I got this big bag of bombs got into the Capitol so I can blow it up and also sell drugs. Then recently I had to return some books to the library, so I walked up to the counter. I got this big giant stack of books, and I set it down. The librarian looks at me like I got a really good head on my shoulders, right? And I corrected her and I said, "Oh, no, these books are actually for my daughter. She's a really bright young lady." Then recently, I was going to pick up a suit from the tailor that I was having resized. I handed the lady my number, and she said, "Oh yeah, I know this suit, it's a real sharp one." She goes back and she grabs the suit and she says, "Wow, you're gonna look real handsome in this." And I said, "Oh, it's actually for a funeral." She says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize." I said, "Oh no, don't worry, I'm actually playing the corpse."
I really admire women. The other day I was with my girlfriend and she was nagging at me. She was going, "You don't pay enough attention to me. You need to take me to dinner. You need to be a better partner to me." I just looked at her and said, "Why don't you shut up? I'm gonna go play with my model trains." I was at my job the other day, working on my computer. My boss came up to me and said, "We've got these expense reports and they're due right now. I need you to do them." I just looked at him and I said, "Ha ha ha, good luck with that." I was driving down the interstate the other day and this cop pulled me over. He walked up to the car and boy howdy was he a looker. I stared him dead into those baby blues, and as he asked, "Do you know how fast you were going?" And I said, "Officer, no I don't. But I'd imagine it was pretty fast, because I'm trying to get over to that Capitol building and blow up my bag of bombs and also sell drugs." I was returning some books to the library the other day. I had this big stack of books. I brought it to the librarian, and she looked at me as if I had a nice head on my shoulders. I said, No. These books were actually for my son. He's a real bright young lady." I was at the dry cleaner the other day picking up a suit. I gave the girl my number, and she said, "Oh, I know this suit. That's a real sharp suit. You're going to look like a nice young fellow." I said, "Oh, thank you, but it's actually for a funeral." She said, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know. I'm sorry." I said, "It's all right. I'm playing the corpse."